back, everyone, to my series Cricut Miss in July. All month long, I will be dropping beginner-friendly tutorials that are gonna help you gain some confidence with your Cricut. For day 14, we are back with a part 2 to our invitation suite. If you are not a Cricut person and are looking to save some money and DIY your invitations from home, make sure you check out my prior tutorial that I did yesterday. But for today, we are gonna focus on all my Cricut people that are looking to use the print and cut setting in Design Space and have our Cricuts cut out their invitations for them so it is perfectly done. Now, if you're someone that purchased off my Etsy shop, or if you've been following me for a while, you do not need to use printing guides when bringing into Design Space. It will actually make it harder for you when going into Design Space because you're only allowed so much room when using the print and cut feature. So really, those guides are meant for the people that do not have a Cricut, or if you're trying to move faster and just use a paper slicer. So as you see here, I just scrubbed through all of my designed cards that I am ready to bring into Design Space. When you are ready, go to the top right, click share, and make this a PNG. Now I'm going to slide that toggle all the way to the right to make sure it is the highest resolution, and then I'm going to hit download. Now with Design Space open, I'm going to go to my left toolbar here and click upload. Then on the top, click upload image and then hit browse to locate the files you want to bring in. Unfortunately, we can only bring in one file at a time, so I'm going to do the main card first, and then for the other cards, just do the same exact process over again. Now if your image looks good in the preview window, we want to go into continue. For here, I am not removing a background, so I'm going to proceed on. But something I want to note really quick is if it looks blurry in your preview, do not worry. If you zoom in, it is clear. A lot of times with the design programs, it will give you a fuzzier resolution. That is completely okay. It is just so the software works quicker for you. Now in this next window with Convert Upload To, you want to select Flat Graphic. Whenever you're doing a print and cut, you need to select this option. And then your image should be dropped into your canvas. Just for time's sake though, I already resized everything down. In order to do that, go to the top toolbar where it says size and then click on each card and then size each one accordingly. Make sure the little lock icon is staying locked and it's not open. That will just make sure that your cards stay proportionate. When everything is sized correctly and you've went on to make, you're going to see your cards end up in all these different pages. What I am doing now is I am moving my cards onto the same sheet so I can make the most out of my 8.5 by 11 printing paper. Depending on the size of your cards and what kind of style you're doing, you might have to rotate a few things, which is completely fine. Your Cricut will be able to cut however you place it. Also, if you do not know how to move objects around onto different mats that it has set up, you want to go and click on the object you want to move. Go to the top left icon that has the 3 little dots and then hit move object. A screen will appear that shows you all the different mats that you have set up, and you just want to click the one you want it to be placed on. Depending on how much room you have on the mat you're moving it to, it might overlap on top of other ones that are there, so just make sure you are spacing everything out well. When you feel like you're ready, go ahead and select continue and you are ready to send this to print. Make sure you have your printer selected, and then when it comes to a bleed, I only add that if I have a border around my image. Because there is nothing around the sides, I am leaving that alone, and I am always turning on system dialog. As you see behind this window, it is going to give me the finer details when it comes to my printer settings. I'm warning you now, if you are getting a crappy print, chances are it's because you need to do this. I always recommend changing this to quality and media. Select whatever paper type you are printing onto, and make sure the print quality is on best. And then you are good to send it off to print through your printer. If you plan on printing onto good quality paper, make sure you do a test run with some normal printer paper. In this video though, I am printing onto my shimmer cardstock, and as you can see, the quality of this print came out so good. I am absolutely obsessed with my Canon Pixma. If you are in the market for a new printer, I highly recommend this one. I cannot remember the model number to save my life, but I have it linked on my LTK, so if you are interested, just check it out there. Now once it's done printing, stick it onto your light grip mat, load it into your Cricut, and send it off. For the paper I'm using, I am selecting heavy cardstock and I am leaving it on default. I have never had an issue with it cutting through this, so I am leaving it as is. Once it's done cutting, I just peel back the remainder of it right off of my mat, and then I turn my mat over and I push it off like this. You do not want to bend the cards at all. And as you can see, I have nice even cuts. And then I am going through the same exact process with the other mat that I have set up with the other 3 side cards. Then I'm ready to go ahead and assemble, but I will get into that in another video. But that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you come back tomorrow for Cricut Miss in July, day 15, where we will go over how to make vellum belly bands to hold our whole invitation together.